Hey. Ugh. Ugh. Y'all. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Speed run wrapping presents. Hey. It's a sad Saturday, but that's fine. It's fine. You know, we all have them. I'm just, you know, out here upset. Rather be upset on stream than upset alone in my apartment, you know? Ugh. I murphed your mom. That's so good. You know, I'm just... Like, last night, I learned that, like, my, you know, best friend is, like, back with her abusive ex, and, like... Not only is that just, like, super depressing, like, beyond depressing. And, but, like, when she gets back with him, she basically ignores me because she knows I don't approve. She knows she can't talk to me about it because she can't be all, like, giddy and happy about her fucking romance because she knows I'm gonna be the reality check, you know? I'm gonna be like, he's an abuser. He abuses you. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, girl, make better decisions. Like, and I really thought after the last time, it was the last time, you know? I really thought. I thought after the shit that they pulled with each other, there was no going back. There was no going back. Just horrendous, you know, terrifying, horrifying, horrendous shit. I'm not gonna cry, but and you know, this past week was her birthday, and you know, I made a big old birthday post for her on Facebook, and then you know, Facebook's so dumb because Facebook will, like, you know, notify you of shit that, you know, isn't your business, you know. Like, when did Facebook start doing that? Like, it's doing that now. So, like, Facebook alerted me to the fact that, like, that man, J-Name, by the way, for those of you who were on the stream last night, J-Name, that man had made a post about her birthday, too, and, like, was just like, oh, I'm so happy I get to be with you, and she was like, thanks so much for making every day feel like my birthday, and I'm just like, oh, so that's why you've been MIA in my life. Like, that's why when I need you the most and I'm at my lowest and the most alone I've ever been since you've literally known me when we were 10 years old, like, and I told you I would need you, you've been nowhere to be found because and I just, like, started to realize that, like she, whether she realizes it or not, subconsciously, unconsciously, consciously, like, she will choose a relationship with this man over our friendship because when she's in a relationship with this man, she ignores me. Like, and, like, I have been there for her through everything. And, you know, she's been there for me some. I mean, it's definitely not even. It's definitely not equal. But, you know, I've been okay with that, you know? Because I've always been the one that's, like, you know, defense mechanism, independent, and try to do it all on my own because I've had to. Like, so I'm that person that's just like, you know what? Yeah, it's fine. I can do it on my own. I don't need you. But, like, I do need people in my life that care about me, that will be there for me. Like, And that's a harsh truth. That's a harsh reality. Like, and when I saw that last night, like, honestly, like, my heart sank. Like, my body went into full, almost panic attack, like, heart racing. Like, I haven't felt like that in a while. And everything started coming back, like, every time we've had a conversation, every time this has happened, over and over again. And, like, I haven't even been able to get her to come to a stream. Like, she can't even take 5 minutes out of her day to open up a YouTube video. Like that's how little I expect from, like, the support. And I can't even get that. And yet she's, like, giving so much to this man who, like, abuses her. Like, and it's just, you know, it's just like that compounded feeling of, like, wow, like, every single time I pour myself into people, like, I never get that shit in return. Like, I never get that shit back. Like, and then I'm just exhausted and I'm worn down and I end up, I don't have anybody, you know? And then they still expect me to be there. Like, and I will, because that's what I want from people. For me, for them, like, I don't want them to be without me, you know? Like, I want them to have love and support, just like I want to have love and support. And I wouldn't want someone to give up on me, you know? Like, that's just what I've been feeling. And it's wild. It's wild that, like, you know, I'll decide to get on a stream on a day I don't normally stream because I don't want to sit here in my thoughts. Like, I don't want to sit here in my thoughts alone. Like, because I know that in my real life, like, I have very, like, no one, like, to reach out to be like, this is really hard for me. Like, I'm struggling. And yet, you guys are some of the most consistently there for me people that just keep coming back, that are supporting me, that are uplifting me, that will make me laugh and smile, that will, like, oh my God, like, send me donos. Like, you guys give me more than the people who have known me my entire life. Like, that shit is wild. That makes, I don't know. To me, it just, like, makes no sense. Like, right? Like, it makes no sense to me. That, like, people who, like, barely know me, who, like, discovered me on YouTube, like, or on Twitch, will, like, support me and uplift me and care about me and have intention and respect and mindfulness for me in ways I have not experienced from people who literally know me, who have known me since I was a child. Like, what is that? What is that, you know? I'm so sorry, you guys. It's just, like, one of those days, you know? Like, it's just one of those days where shit is difficult and hard, and I'm, like, one of those people who's just, like, always has it together, tries to always have it together, like, tries to, like, be super strong, and, like, I don't know, you know, my period's coming too, so, like, let's blame that. Like, let's go into that. Like, I just felt sick. I just feel sick to my stomach, like, and I don't want to sit here waiting for her to, like, send some shitty response to me, being defensive about the fact that, like, she knows she's fucking up. Like, she knows she's fucking up. And I just had to be like, you're not here for me. Like, and I have to remind myself, like, this is, like, literally the hardest time of my life. Like, I want to pretend like I have all my shit together, and, like, I'm out here trying to get things done and like start a fucking content creation career and like go for my dreams and shit, but like I've had so much loss in the last like year plus that like in my whole life, like every single person who's ever supposed to be loving me continuously, selflessly, like unconditionally, that's the word I'm looking for, has fucking like disappointed me to such extremes. Like, whether it's literally abuse me or just turn on me or neglect me or ignore me, like, it's just at a point where I'm just like, I don't trust anybody. I can't I can't depend on anybody. Like, I literally have to just have to depend on myself. Like, that's the only safety I have. You know, like, is to just fucking I mean, I don't want to be that person, you know, like, I want to be hopeful for whatever love I can receive, you know, in the future, love from you guys, love and care, but, like, sometimes it's just fucking hard. It's just hard to just, like, play back, you know, my life and, like, realize that, like, family, friends, like, any exes, relationships, like, therapists, like, my God, like, it's just like, I've had enough. I've had enough. Like, people just fucking leave. People just leave, or I need to leave them to protect myself, and I'm just like, I've just had it, and, I just didn't want to be alone today. I didn't want to, like, sit here and do everything in my power not to have these feelings. But I knew if I got on here, I would have some fucking feelings, and, like, that's fine. And, you know, I don't want to depress you guys, but that's what this is. You know, this is the Saturday sad stream, so it won't be like this the entire time. I just needed to get some of this shit out, because, like, I can't keep it in, and y'all are who I have to talk to. Because, I don't have anybody else to talk to. You remind me of a younger me, Mrs. It's fine, everything is fine on the outside while begging for support on the inside. Make your own tribe of misfit toys. Start with us. Sienna, thank you. Thank you. God, you know, like, I feel like for the longest time, like, I pride myself, and I think it's a defense mechanism from, like, my childhood, and my childhood trauma was just, like, be as least of a burden on other people as you possibly can. Always seem like you have it together. Never let your shit, like, bring you down. Never let what's happened to you, like, cause you to be a mess or to break down. And, like, that shit was not sustainable. You know, like, I ended up having a huge breakdown before I started therapy. And then, you know, therapy did wonders for me, you know, it really did. Like, but then my fucking therapist died, like, and I'm not blaming him. You know, that was just another fucking blow, you know, and sometimes, you know, I'm glad it's me and not somebody else that wouldn't take it as well as me, you know, like, and really would just fall the fuck apart, because I have managed to keep it together, knowing that, like, that is just, like, hit after hit after hit, parent, grandparent, sibling, like, husband, best friends, like, where is people? They are not here. And, you know, I'm glad for some of that, and I'm sad for a lot of it, and I just feel like it just has to be okay, you know, like it just has to be okay. Like, what else can it be but be okay? Yeah, I'm tired of attracting narcissists. You know? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of not having people in my day-to-day life that like give a shit. You know, like it's fucking exhausting to just have to like manage everything on your own all the time. And for people to just be pissed off at you about wanting them to be better for you. Like, well, fuck me then. Sorry. Like, sorry. So sorry. Like, you couldn't take 5 minutes out of your day to fucking support me at my lowest when I've always been there for you. And now you want to have an attitude about it? Like, because I care so much? Like, because I care so much about you? Like, sometimes I'm just, like, so terrified that, like, she's not gonna make it, like, because that's what I've kind of felt like our whole lives, like, one way or another, like, she's not gonna make it, and, like, I'm gonna have to be here without her and have to deal with that loss, like, on top of everything else and everybody else. And I get so mad at her for putting her in positions where, like, that makes that such a potential reality. God damn it, I don't have any tissues. I just, you know, it's like, I want so hard sometimes to not care so much. Like, I don't want to be an empath. Like, I don't want to care about other people's decisions and other people's lives, like, as much as I do. So much that it, like, causes me physical harm. Like, I'm taking years off my life over here, caring so much that, like, people won't get their fucking shit together. Like, and they've been so close so many times, and they just don't, and they just won't, and like, I don't want to care. I don't want to care. I don't want to care, you know. And like, I just dread waiting for her to say something back to me. Like, the physical sensation of my body, like, waiting for this, like this confrontation between someone that I love so much and some piece of fucking trash man that, like, oh my god, like, and I get it, I so get it, because, like, she has so much trauma around men. Like, we bonded over trauma with our fathers, like, the J-name men. And, like, I know why she does this, like, I do. But I just feel like we got out, you know, like, she was out so many times, like, and I know that the statistic is that, like, it takes a total of 7 times to leave an abusive relationship. And it just feels like sometimes she just, like, hates herself so much that she thinks that that's what she deserves. That's the love that she deserves. And, like, And I just hate myself for, like, being mad at her and, like, and making her feel like there's another person that, like, she's disappointed or, like, that she can't count on. But, like, I can't sit here and, like, watch this shit. Like, it physically hurts me. Like, oh, man. Man, I can't believe that today was the day that y'all really started to come out over on YouTube. Like, I am so sorry, y'all. I am so sorry that this is, like, the stream. I feel like some of you are like, I've seen, and others I feel like I haven't seen, and I feel bad that this is kind of like the experience you're having right now, but I do appreciate you being here today, because, man, today's the day I needed some people around. And the stream will not be like this the whole time, I promise. Like, I will be playing video games to comfort myself. Oh, man. I just knew this shit was just, like, bubbling under the surface, and I needed my therapy stream. I know. Like, I will be here. I will be here the second that she calls or texts and is just like, okay, I did it. I'm sorry. Like, this is what he did. This is the final thing. Like, but it's just like, we've had this conversation. You know, we've had this conversation over and over. And it gets worse and worse. And I feel like, okay, that's it. Like, there's no way. Like, the last time I was like, there's no way you can go back. There's no fucking way you can let that man back into your life. And even vice versa. Like, he seemed like he fucking had it too. And, like, but I should have known. I should have known, because she was just, like, nowhere to be found. And, like, and I kept trying to get her to come to a stream. Like, I kept trying. I was just like, this is what I'm trying to do. This is, like, my dream now. Like, this is what I'm trying to create and build. And, like, and she was one of the main reasons I decided to start streaming to YouTube, because she was just like, Twitch, I don't understand Twitch. Like, I don't get the Twitch thing. And I'm like, I get that. Like, and now I'm on YouTube. Like, it's as easy as just opening a YouTube video. Like, and she won't. Like, I'm just like, how can I not have people that are, like, my best friends support me, but I'll have so many strangers. Like, strangers will care. Like, oh, man. It just makes me feel fucking sick. I hate that feeling. Oh, man. Like, thank God I found Ren, bro. Oh my God. Like, if I didn't find Ren, oh my God. I don't even know. I don't even want to know, to be honest. Like, my God. Shit. Like, I don't even. I can't even. I don't even. Honestly, like. Ooh. Like. Oh. Oh. I'm just reading y'all's comments. I know, it's so hard because I get so angry. I don't want to be that angry, but it just feels like almost like this personal attack on me sometimes. 'Cause I'm just like, we have had this conversation. I have been there for you for this exact thing so many times. And all I want you to do is maintain steadfast to not bring this upon yourself anymore. And I can't do anything. I can't control her. I can't change anything. I'm tired of wasting my breath. I told her I loved her, but I was just like, I'm just so tired. Like, I'm tired. And I needed you, and you're not here for me. And he is a big reason. Because you do this every time. You do this every time because you know I'm going to be like, what are you doing? You are, like, this is self-harm at this point, like, and she can't pretend that it's this beautiful, loving relationship like she wants to on fucking Facebook, because it's not, like, I want more for her. I want more for everybody, you know? And, like, it's so triggering. Like, it's triggering because, like, I mean, I come from a home with a physically abusive father. Like, that is our story. Like, and to watch her repeat it for herself, like, it's just devastating. And she knows better. So I don't know why she's doing it. It's like, this shit is triggering. And, you know, I've tried for a long time to kind of be like a beacon of hope and like information and an advocate for survivors of SA and DV, because, like, that is my life. Like, that is generational curses. And we both have that. Like, that's one of the reasons we are so bonded to each other, is because we relate to each other and we've been through these things and we understand each other on such a crazy level that, like, a lot of people don't, because maybe you haven't experienced that like we did ourselves and our parents. Like, yeah, I don't know if it's actually anger, you know, it just comes out mean. It feels mean to me sometimes. Because sometimes it just feels like nothing else will work. Like, nothing, you know, I can be sweet and I can be loving and supportive and kind and, like, strong, and I can try to convince, you know, her in, like, these ways, but, like, it just feels like at a certain point it's like tough love. Like, get your fucking shit together. Like, this is an active choice that you are making that you do not have to make, that could end up killing you. Like, and I don't want that to happen. I don't want it to happen. And, like, the easiest way for it to not happen is her to stay away. And for some reason, like, she cannot stay away. And she lives across the country. Like, like, it's not like I can just, like, go over there and physically put my body between, you know, these two people, and, like, because, you know, if I could, maybe it would be easier for her to, like, have me all the time, to be there anytime there's, like, that urge. I'm tired of these fucking cycles repeating. Like, I mean, it just, yeah, the lasting effects are insidious. I'll tell you that much. I can tell you that from personal fucking experience, like, and it just breaks my fucking heart, honestly, because I know that it's like, it's her trauma. Like, I know it's her trauma. I know it's her having so much trouble loving herself and like choosing to protect herself over choosing the lack of love. Like, she's so afraid of being alone. She's so afraid of not being loved. So she will accept the most horrible love because it is convenient, because it is, you know, comfortable in a way, you know, like, when we're so traumatized from such a young age, like, that shit is comfortable. It's all we know. It's our baseline. Like, like, I am at a point now where I just feel like I need to be alone. Like, because I've made horrible decisions with men in the past. Like, I mean, every single time, actually. And I know it's because of my own shit. I know it's because of my own, like, dad, you know? Like, I mean, I'm, you know, like a baby, and he's, like, holding me in his arms, and he's literally choking my mother with the other one. Like, that was my norm. Like, that was my... And I'm just at a point where I'm like, I need to protect me from being, I don't know, like, conned into having that cycle repeat itself. Like, I'm so terrified. Like, I'm just not willing. I'm really not willing. But unlike her, like, I don't have this fear of, like, being alone. I don't have the, like, self-hatred where I can't, you know, like, bear to be with myself that she has. And it's like, she would rather be with someone who causes her so much pain because at least she's with somebody, you know? And I can be very thankful that I don't have that. But I can't take that from her. Like, I can't heal her from that. I try so hard to tell her how much she's loved and to try to convince her in ways for her to understand, like, to just be like, consider yourself how I consider you. Like, would you ever treat you the way that you would treat me? Like, that is my best friend that you are treating that way. Like, please do not hurt her anymore. Like, please do not allow her to be harmed by other people. Like, do not put her in these positions. You would not put me in these positions. You would not be okay if I turned around tomorrow and told you that I was in a relationship with someone who does the things to me that he does to you. Like, you would not be okay with that. Like, you know, like, you would do everything in your power to try to convince me to stop. Like, but it just never sinks in fully, I guess. I don't know, you know? And I can't do it. I don't want to give up on her, but I can't. I'm all alone here. Like, I'm trying to manage my own life in such a, like, survival mode way that, like, I don't have it in me to, like, manage her life and my life. And yeah, I am definitely looking forward to tomorrow. Doing my Ren reaction tomorrow. Oh man, I'm so I'm so looking forward to it. Love Music 1 and 2. My God. Do not make me cry, because my God. Yeah. You need some red. Love Music Part 1 through 4 to start. I am actually doing Love Music tomorrow. 1 and 2. So, I'm hopeful tomorrow will be a better day. You know, I'm not looking forward to getting a reply from her at some point. Maybe she won't reply back to me. I don't know. I'm just, I'm not looking forward to that. Literally makes me sick to my fucking stomach. Ooh. Those won't make me cry. That's good. I hear you acknowledging a boundary you need to set. Her choices have collateral consequences, and choosing your safety is not abandoning your friend. I mean, I know, right? It's just, that's like my own shit, you know, my own like abandonment shit. And I really like, sometimes I just really like, sometimes I feel like I'm like psychic, because sometimes I'll like have like this weird thought, like this random thought about the future, and then it happens, and I'm like, that's probably just a coincidence. That's just like, you know, a random thing. And but sometimes like I have that same thought about like, you know, getting a call about her and her not being, you know, and I don't know what I would do. Honestly, like, and I don't want that to ever be a situation that like I could have affected, you know, like, because the love was, you know, too tough, or I walked away to, you know, get my own sanity at the wrong time, or because like I've always had to worry about her. Like, she's that person, you know, that like you just don't know. And she's gone through it her whole life. You know, a lot of things parallel to me and some things not, and I've managed it a lot better than she has. And maybe it's just because she didn't have, you know, the hyper independent freaking, you know, coping mechanisms that I've had. But you know, she was really on track too, and like she's been really getting her life together, and I've just been like so proud of her, and like so happy for her. and and this is the one thing that like she just hasn't been able to kind of like get a hold of and like manage and fight hard enough. And I really thought that she did it. So it's just been a hard day for me learning that last night, and Facebook really just kind of throwing it in my face, and sometimes, you know, I would rather just, you know, be oblivious. You know, rather just feel like, you know, there were more pressing things, more pressing matters, more important things than me for her to, you know, spend her time on, and it not be because she was scared to tell me she went back to him. And I really do appreciate you guys kind of coming for me and giving me a lot of support and beautiful, kind words and perspective and I needed that today, because today it just really felt like I was on my own and I was just like very alone, and I've kind of known that that's the thing. That's my thing right now. Like, you know, leaving a 10-year marriage behind a year ago, like, to a person I thought was, like, gonna be there until I died. A person that was, like, there for these moments that, you know, bared witness to me in a lot of things that happened to me and has understood a lot of things and didn't understand a lot of things and ended up making shit worse that I had to walk away from. And it's just hard. It's hard to be like, to have like these feelings and realize that there isn't someone in my phone that I can like text right now. Like, there isn't like people that I can really depend on to like, I mean, I have Jelly, you know, message Jelly knows what's going on, and I mean, she's got her own stuff going on, and I mean, we're on different schedules too, so it's just really difficult right now. It's tough. But I always try to do what I can to just like manage, and sometimes I'm more strong than I feel like I need to be. Sometimes I need to have these days where I'm just like, okay, let some shit out so that it's not just like, you know, sitting on your soul, and you can, you know, go the rest of your day and know like, okay, like I felt those feelings, I had a moment, I let myself grieve some shit, grieve the life that I thought I was gonna have, but I have to remember, like, I'm building a life that, like, I honestly never thought I would have, and, like, I'm so proud of myself for walking away when and literally just, like, having nothing and, like, rebuilding from the fucking ground up, like, even if I have to do it on my own, so fucking be it. Like, I mean, I'm so glad that, you know, Jelly came out to LA. She literally, you know, I was thinking about it last night and I was just like, wow, like a year ago we were talking about her moving to LA. Like I was separated and still, you know, stuck in the same house with my husband. Like, so awkward. The most awkward, like, what was it, like 6 months of my life. Like, and she wanted to move to San Francisco, and I was just like, girl, it's so fucking expensive. So, like, LA is expensive enough. Like, just come here. And I hope she didn't regret that. But, like, you know, we've been able to reconnect. Like, before that, like, we hadn't really spoke or seen each other for, like, 10 years. Like, so, like, I have that now. And sometimes it's hard for me to, like, remember that I have that because I'm so used to not having anyone. And she's been a little, you know, out of it too, because we're on different schedules, so like we're not as accessible to each other right now. So I hope that she gets her sleep schedule right, so I can lean on her more. Because it's rough out here, you know, like I've got so many demons and I'm just trying to juggle everything, and I'm out here trying to like make my dreams come true, you know? And you guys are literally helping to do that, and I'm just like really appreciative and so fucking grateful. Not only that you're like here listening to me, you know, freak out, but like also that you guys keep coming back over and over again, like, to support me and to show me that, like, there are humans in the world that are willing and capable to, like, keep coming back for me. And that's just, like, hard for me to fucking acknowledge and realize and, like, believe, to be honest. So, like, thank you. Thank you. Seriously. Thank you so much for everything. Yes, being an empath sucks sometimes. Man, it sucks. It sucks so hard. Oh man, I saw this post last night, this a thread, and it just like blew my mind. Cause like last night on stream, I was talking about that YouTuber who made enough money to like move into a penthouse in New York City, and I was just like, wow, like and I had that thought of like it's inspirational, but also like I would never dare to let myself dream that big. And I saw this thread last night, and it says, children who come from dysfunctional families don't have big dreams. They dream of having a peaceful home. And like, that fucked me up. Like, that fucked me up so bad, because I was like, oh my God. Like, I was just talking about that. Like, I cannot dream big. My dreaming big is literally just like, can I make it big enough in YouTube or streaming on Twitch that like my bills are fucking paid? Like, that I don't have to worry about rent, that I don't have to like be paranoid that like I'm not going to be able to afford my existence. Like, that's literally as far as I can dream. Like, it's just, can I have the peace of mind that like I'll be able to like just live? like I do not need to be spending, you know, $20K a month on a fucking penthouse, but like I do need my monthly bills. Like, oh my God, like that just like, there was like a rewiring of my brain the moment I saw that. I was like, wow, bro. Like, okay. Like, my dreaming big is to have a big community of people who care about me, who care about each other, who are like kind and inspired by each other and lift each other up, like, and that come back and support each other over and over. Like, that is what I dream about. Like I don't care about cars. I don't care about shit. Like, I care about like people being better and like having better lives, their lives being made better by being a part of something that I've created, you know? Like, wow. My buddy moved to LA from Manchester. He hated the atmosphere, weather, expense. He's in the woods somewhere in Oregon now. Yeah. Yeah, I go back and forth. Like, I don't know where I want to be. I don't know, like LA. I always wanted to live in LA. Like, there was something about like, well, it's because when I was younger, like I wanted to make movies. So obviously like I wanted to be in Hollywood. But then, like, I like it here. I do like it here. I enjoy the fact that I don't have, seasons all the time, because like I can get seasonally depressed, but also I do miss seasons. Like, I haven't had seasons in years. But now that like I don't have my marriage or my house anymore, and like we were planning to leave LA. Like, before I left my marriage, like we were like in the process of like, we bought land. We bought land in like in the middle of nowhere, Kentucky, because like I was raised in Kentucky. We both were raised in Kentucky. And like we were gonna go back, which like a part of me was just kind of like hesitant about, because like all my trauma is back there. And like I really grew as a person, and I got therapy out here. Like, moving here changed my life, changed my perspective, like allowed me to kind of like blossom as a person. So like LA will always be that for me. But like, it's so fucking expensive, and and it is very like widespread, right? Like it's not very like close together. Like if you want to go somewhere, it takes, you know, at least a half hour anywhere you want to go. Like not only is it expensive, but like it's expansive, so you're gonna have to drive everywhere. And like, but a part of me, you know, yearns for something smaller, something better. I don't know, like my Gilmore Girl loving ass. Like I want my stars hollow. Like, but I just, you know, once I left, like, I couldn't fathom like he went back to Kentucky. Like that's what he ended up doing. Like he went to like kind of like do the plan that we had planned, like go and like kind of build a thing on that land and like live off the land and blah 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 or whatever. And his family's there and he wanted to be near his family and blah blah blah, and like my family's there and I don't want to be near them, so it was like so like I had a choice. Like I could have gone kind of with him, like at least like made it across the country and then decided like what I was going to do. But I thought it was like easier to just like shift to like, okay, let me just find an apartment where we like in the city we are in. And I didn't want to have to like deal with like leaving my marriage on top of moving across the country. Like, my God, like kill me. like, so then it just turned into like, okay, well, just figure it out. Like, you just need a place to live. Like, figure out a place to live and like figure out all the things you need to do. Like all the little adulting things, your healthcare and all these things, like all your bills, like get all your shit together. Like, and it was just very much a survival mode, chugging along process. And I mean, in March, it'll be a year. Like, it'll be a year that I've lived here. And, you know, I'm like, do I live here another year? Like, I don't know. Like, you know, I convinced Jelly to live here. So, and she likes it a lot more than she liked Ohio. So, like, she probably wants to stay, but I don't know what to do or, like, where to go. And, you know, ideally, we would live together, but, our pets, you know, she has 2 cats and I have 2 dogs, and you know cats and dogs, they fight like cats and dogs. Plus Hayes will fight, you know, Mindy, or well, Mindy, Jelly, like she's a cat or dog. I didn't out her name is on her Twitch, so, but I just like calling her Jelly, to be honest. I would want to live with her. I don't know where, but also I think I did need this time. I needed this time, to be honest, to like be on my own, because I've never been on my own before. Like, I've always had some other person dictating something, most things. So it was like, I need to do this for me. I think moving to Kentucky would have been a mistake. You chose well. Where's your accent gone? Yeah. I think it would have been a mistake too. There was a part of me that was like, you know, in the ass end of my therapy. I mean, obviously my therapist had died, but like, there was a part of me that was like, okay, well, maybe going back could be good. Maybe I could like try to build a relationship with my brother. I could meet my niece for the first time. Like, maybe there are relationships I could build. Maybe I could, you know, get, you know, something out of it. You know, I'd be close enough to try if I wanted to. Because, you know, through therapy, like, the shift for me was like, I went from being terrified of my trauma, of my past, of the people who harmed me. Like, they literally, like, my parents scare the shit out of me. Like, they really do. And, but that kind of shifted when I went to therapy, and like, and it all became like very curious. I became very curious. I was just like, well, what if? And like, but what if? And like, but what if, you know? And I just became like a lot more open and kind of understanding. And I saw them for, you know, as whole people versus like just what they had done to me and like the circumstances. And I definitely understood, you know, I have this sad power to be able to see both sides, you know? Like, I know what they've done to me, I know what's happened to me, but I also know the positions that they were in, and I know what had happened to them before, and they were so young, and like, I know all the reasons, you know? But like, it's like knowing these things doesn't actually make what happened okay. It doesn't actually heal me. It doesn't actually change me. It doesn't change what's happened. Like, it doesn't magically give me a good childhood. It doesn't magically give me, you know, parents who really, really wanted me and like really loved and cared for me the way that parents should, you know? Like, but there was a part of me that's just like, well, you know, could I fix something? Like, could I, like, or am I going to choose to sit here and just, like, get the phone calls, you know? Get the phone calls, like, okay, your dad's dead. Like, okay. Get the phone call, like, okay, your mom's dead. Okay. Like, you know, like, it's funny, I was watching, you know, I'm watching the Horror Bandwagon do their Buffy and Angel reactions. And last night I was watching them do one of the Angel ones. And it was like an episode where like Kate, the detective, is like, you know, going through it, and she's like looking at this photo of her dad, and she's like crying about her dad, and I'm like, your dad was such a dick. Like why are you crying about your fucking dad? He was such a dick. And and then I had that thought of like, yeah, well, not everybody has my fucking coping mechanism of just being so detached from these people, you know, that like I'm willing to give up this facade, this fucking, the relationships, the societal pressure of, but family is everything. Like, you know, maybe I'm just exhausted. Maybe I'm just too tired to like, to just be like, oh, but I love them. And it's like, okay, but what does that matter? Like, if they're just pieces of fucking garbage, like, and they just harm you and they've harmed you your whole life, like, what's it matter? Like, I'm not gonna cry for them. I'm not gonna like, oh, but I, you know, like, they were terrible people. Like, but they're your parent. Like, I don't fucking care. Like, I'm not gonna care about terrible people who were terrible about me just because of, like, our fucking relationship title, you know? Like, it's just funny to me, like, having that thought of, like, oh, you know, some people like just like really care, like even if they are abused by their parents and like have terrible relationships with their parents and their parents are like really hard on them and just like kind of pieces of shit, like they still will cry that they died, and they'll still cry that they don't have, you know, whatever relationship that they feel that they needed or think they deserve, that everyone deserves. And I'm just over here just like detached, like, bruh, let it go. Like, he's gone, but he was a piece of shit, so what's the loss there? I don't know. Oh man, okay. I just saw that my bot banned somebody. I hope it was good. I hope it was for a right reason. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, cheap viewers. Okay, good. You are still very young. You shouldn't worry so much. Yeah, you know, you're probably right, right? That's the thing, though. Like, I was kind of, like, raised to worry, you know? Like, I was just, like, raised in a worrisome environment. It was, like, a constant, you know? It's just, like, it's kind of, like, built into my wiring. Seasons are overrated. It's windy as hell in the UK right now. A good family is everything. Bad family is history. Period. Period. As someone who moved from LA and ended up in London, Kentucky, it is one of my bigger life regrets. Oh no! Oh no! Well, damn. Look at me, dodging a bullet. My spiritual brain sees people like that as deeply flawed, and unless they are evil to the core, one day when they do pass away, they will see the entire truth and understand the pain that they caused, but they may never realize it in life. Period, Nikki. I agree. I see that too. I feel like I'm like split down the middle. There's like half of me that's just like very much understanding, very much able to see everything from all sides all the time. And then the other half of me is like that inner child that's just like, But why the fuck did it have to happen? Why did that have to happen to me? Why did that have to happen to them? Why did they make those decisions? Like, you know, that little kid in me that's just like, I don't want to understand. I don't want to be understanding for them when they refuse to even acknowledge the pain that they've caused me, refuse to take any sort of responsibility for their actions, their behaviors, like even knowing the reasons behind them, like, okay, but like that doesn't change anything for what you've done. Like the least that you could do is in your, you know, ripe old ages of being in your, you know, coming into your 60s, that you would turn around and be like, you know what, you're right. Like, I was not okay. Like, and yeah, there are reasons, but that doesn't make it acceptable. That doesn't make the fact that it happened, like, something that I get to walk around with a chip on my shoulder about, like, because of what it caused to you, what it did to you. Like, and it's wild because it's like, you know, I feel like maybe if they had similar upbringings to mine, they would understand a bit more, you know, but it's like they don't, so they don't see it from their own perspective, and they're like, well, I can't see it from your perspective because you're being a little bitch about it. my child is a bitch because she won't talk to me because I've done things wrong, but I think she should talk to me, and I think she should, you know, take more of my abuse because I don't want to admit things, because I don't want to be a bad guy, because I'm a good guy and you're the bad guy. Like, but I know deep down that, like, yeah, you are just, it's just, you're just human and you're just flaws. And sadly, those flaws bled on me. Like, and I think at the end of the day, like, it'd be fine. It would be fine if they were just like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry that that happened, and my shit caused me to be that way, so that then I was that way to you as like a trauma response. And instead of taking it out on you for pointing it out to me, I'm going to deal with it and I'm going to work on it and I'm going to treat you better. And like, I want to have a better relationship, and like everything you've said and you've thought and you felt is valid. And I am sorry for being the reason behind so much of your pain. Like, but I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that. I'm getting lies and fucking enabling and gaslighting and just, and it's like they do everything in their power to try to retain some sort of like facade of who they want the world to think that they are, and that's all that matters. And I'm just like, I'm not here for it. I'm not going to sit here and enable you to walk around in that reality, because it's just not true. Like, I'm not going to do it. It will hurt me. It will harm me irreparably. Like, it already has. I'm not going to continue to deal with it. Like, and it's wild because if I hadn't moved to LA, I would still be in the thick of all of that. Like moving to LA gave me the space and the perspective to actually see what was happening to me. Like, because, you know, I had like one parent that was like super overtly abusive, that everyone knew was abusive, and everyone was like, oh, abuser, bad guy. But then my other parent was like covert and very manipulative and like a bully, but like quietly, and like, but got to walk around like they were the good parent. They were like the single mom doing everything she could, and like, you know, the Reba song, like, you know, and very charismatic and just like friends with everybody. And so like everyone just believed her to be like the shining light, and it was like, actually she neglected me because she was, you know, a covert alcoholic and was just like very much my first bully, and like, but also kind of trained me into like worshiping her. And so like that was the kind of the relationship I had when I came out to LA. Like, I didn't see her for who she was, and like see everything that she had done to me my whole life. And like, because I was just like so focused on the fact that like that other parent was the problem, and that other parent had did so many like overt horrific things that like she kind of like snuck past any sort of acknowledgement or accountability for like her own behavior. And I know that her behavior probably had a lot to do with having to deal with him. Like, I get it. Like, you know, but like, you being a victim doesn't mean you get to victimize me too. Like, so it's just, you know, it's a lot. My whole life is just a lot. You know, like, it would be easy to just be like, to just cut everything out, to just like not acknowledge any of it, to just go about my merry own way and just be like, don't ask about family because I ain't got none. Like, I don't want to go into it, but like, for my own sanity, like, I have to acknowledge the reality of my life, you know, like all the sides of it, you know, like, they say most people that abuse kids were also abused, but not all abused kids grow up to abuse people. Period. That part. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, my mom wasn't abused by her parents. Like, she had very good parents. But my dad was. Like, he has terrible parents. Terrible parents. But my mom's parents do enable her to kind of, like, be a narcissist. So, they have their own shit. So like she can't really understand the whole like having a bad childhood and your parents being, you know, bad people, so that how that affects you and like in your growth as an adult, because it all happened throughout your entire formative formation of your brain. Like she like really sees a lot of this as just like being a victim of DV, like, which is so valid. It really is. Like, and I've felt for her. Like, I've always been like her champion and like understood that part of it. But she was just really not super supportive of like me or my brother being children of domestic violence, and like also targets of the abuse that she had also suffered. Like when she left, like when she left, and like I'm so proud of her for leaving. Like, she's alive today because she left. Like, girl, yes, love that. But like, someone had to fill that role, you know? Someone had to be the new punching bag. Like, and then it was like when I don't remember exactly how it went down, but like when me and my brother decided to finally tell her like what was happening, like away from her, like when we were with him, like she was mad at us. Like, it's like she took it out on us. Like, we were the problem for like not telling her, for not, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was just there just wasn't a lot of support, you know? And I feel like that's kind of like my cycle, is just like, I can't rely on people to support me. Like, I can't rely on a parent. I can't rely on grandparents. I can't rely on family. Like, I cannot rely on my best friend. Like, and that makes me really sad, because like, I don't want to be like jaded like that, you know? Like, I don't want to see the world in that light. But I do think that there is a level of like, well, this is how I really learned to be myself, and how I really learned to love myself, and how I really learned to like show up for myself. Like, because if I don't, who will? Like, but luckily, like, you guys came in clutch, like, at my lowest, and showed up and were like, actually, you'd be surprised. You would be surprised who is willing to show up after getting to know the tiniest part of you, like, for the length of a YouTube video. You would be so surprised. And like, wow, I gotta thank freaking YouTube, you know? And my choice to like, my choice to like start a fucking YouTube channel. Like, damn, you know, shit. And yeah, I've done my damnedest Like, I definitely reacted to my abuse and my abusers in the way of, like, I will never put that shit into the world for another person. I know what that feels like. I'm gonna be there for people who need that understanding. Like, you know, like, and I obviously I started my YouTube channel to, like, find joy, because, like, my life is so tough and so hard and, like, so emotionally upsetting for so long. Like, you know, if I think too hard about it, like, it's fucking crushing. So I really needed, like, this outlet of, like, just light and fun and and, like, a good time. but I can't sit here and, like, remove this part of me and remove this part of, like, my authenticity and, like, my reality, and pretend like this is not a huge part of who I am and, like, what makes me me. And, like, and I think it would be doing myself a disservice, to be honest, to just be like, okay, well, we can never talk about anything serious, and I'm never gonna bring up, you know, my trauma. I'm never gonna be my full self for you people. Like, I'll never do that, like, because this is all light and fun and, you know, cutesy. Like, I don't think that's good. And I think I'd rather build my community on both things, you know, like, it being a fun, safe, comfortable, consistent environment for you guys to come back to and come and see me, and, like, but also, like, to be able to see each other and to hold space and, like, know that I too suffer from some shit. Like, you might suffer from some shit and I do too, and, like, we can be here for each other and understand that. Like, I'd rather it be all of that. I'd rather it be, you know, the full spectrum of the human experience than, like, no, let's not. Let's pretend that that doesn't happen, and that's not who we are, and that's not a part of us. Like, nah. I'd just rather not. Is it any wonder your reaction to Jenny's tale was so raw? I'm so sorry for what you've been through. Children suffer all manner of horrors. Yes. Violet's tale. Jenny's tale. Yeah, both. Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. And it's because, yeah, like, that's my family life, you know? I'm glad I didn't end up like Jenny, but, like, I get it. I do get it. I do. Love a good trauma bond. I just think, yeah, I think it's healthy to be like, we're gonna see each other's full selves. We're gonna make space for the hard shit, the ugly shit. Like, I mean, that's very Ren of us, okay? Like, Ren would appreciate that, like, because that's what he does, and that's why we're together. Like, damn, y'all. Thanks for that therapy sesh. I needed it. I needed it. Oh, Oliver. I appreciate you. Sienna, you're detached from your sister and others for the same reason. Yeah. Holding a relationship together for only obligation. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, we gotta break generational curses. We do not enable them to continue for societal's approval, you know? That. I mean, Nikki, if you want to play something, I'll definitely play with you. Yeah, it's late, but I mean, you just let me know. You let me know, and because I'm definitely down to start playing some games. I have emoted enough, and I appreciate every single one of y'all. for your kindness and your holding space for me. Like, I'm not gonna cry again, but no curfew for days? No curfew for days, Nikki? Wow. Oh shit. Oh shit. Maybe I need to stream more on Saturdays. I mean, shit, YouTube is lit on Saturdays. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know about that. Hold on. Let me figure some shit out here. I got... what? I'm tied up. You only returned to work after Christmas? Son back to school on the 6th? Damn. Damn. If you could swap the voices of 2 animals, what would be the funniest swap? A guinea pig? A guinea pig and a lion. Because guinea pigs, you know that noise that guinea pigs make? They're like, I can't make it, but it's I was highly considering potentially, maybe when my dogs, you know, croak, getting a guinea pig just because of the noise they make. It's so good. But can you imagine that noise coming out of a lion and then a guinea pig being like, roar? Like, I would love that. You finally finished putting up your tree today? Hey, just in time, I'd say. Just in time, I would say. I'd say that is just in time. Woo! No. Is that right? No. Is that right? Maybe. Yeah. What do you want to play? You know what you should do for me? you should buy Granny Escape Together, and you should play that with me because I started playing that last night. It's a wild time. It's a wild time. I'll tell you that. Also, let me know if you want to get in here on the voice channels. I'll pull you in. Oh, man. I feel better. Just so you guys know, I do feel better. You made me feel better. Can I get a drink? Go to washroom? I love the washroom. Is that what you guys call it? In Canada? The washroom? I forgot to go to the washroom. That's not a Canadian accent. I just felt like being, you know, British, maybe. So sorry to my UK friends. Please don't hate me and unfollow and unsubscribe. The washroom. The room where we wash. We wash over in the washroom. So sorry. Sorry. I feel attacked. I'm so sorry. Oh, I just need a good laugh, you know? I just need a good laugh, and I knew that would get it. A goat and a pigeon. The little... That would be great coming out of a goat. And that goat, the scream of a goat coming out of a pigeon, that'd be terrifying on the streets of New York City. It'd be terrifying. All right. I'm trying to decide if I need to go to the washroom first too, probably, and maybe get another liquid death to keep filling up my eyeball. You guys, I didn't have to get the eyeball. I've had the eyeball. I've been using it as decor, but my liquid death cans have been messing with the coloring of my stream. So I can't just drink out of a liquid death can right now because they're like yellow. The flavor I have is grapefruit, which is a yellow can, and it turns me blue. So I've been drinking out of my eyeball cup. We're urban now. We call it the shitter. Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna take a very tiny itty bitty shitter break. Grab a liquid death, and I'll be back, and then we're gonna play some games with Nikki. All right. So stick around. Thanks for coming. I love you all. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Why am I'm all tied up? Can we not? Can we not? We're a simple people, okay? Loving the Christmas tree photos in the Discord, Nikki. Lurf. It looks very cute. Just a good looking tree. And you got a keycap present underneath. Love. Love. Love it. That eyeball needs red LEDs. That would actually be sick. That'd be sick. That'd be sick, boy. That would be sick, boy. Do I want any more of these? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe I do. Sick, boy. There's a new red merch drop. What's the name of the game? The name of the game is Granny Escape Together. I can't wait. I can't wait till you see this shit. Cannot wait. Standard tees, not the sick boy line. I didn't see it. Ren. Not that I need to be buying any other freaking stuff. Not that I need. New arrivals. Oh, the chalk outline. Oh, the rabbit hole. Not me just like, you know, looking at all the stuff. Ren's music sucks, by the way. Was that like a hater? Was that like a hater comment or some shit? And he was like, I'm making that merch. Ren's music sucks, by the way. Yesterday was also payday. That's from Cujo? Okay, okay. That makes sense. You know, y'all know I haven't seen that yet, so. Haven't seen the Cujo thing yet. Alright. My eyeball is filled up with eyeball fluid. Out here drinking eyeball fluid. It's kind of hard to hold a round cup, but like, we're out here. We're doing it. Ren's music sucks, by the way. That's, love that. Love that. Let me see this long sleeve. Oh, that's sick. That's sick. The yin yang. Cool. Cool. Love that. Ren's gift card sucks, by the way. I'd mute that if I could. I can. You know, Discord, sometimes it's like, no, you can't mute. You can no longer mute. You're not allowed muting anymore. I think I like the rabbit hole. I want the rabbit hole shirt. I want the rabbit hole shirt. He said that was his whole ass chest, and then shut the fuck up. You don't like my eyeball cup? Is it scary? Is my eyeball cup scary? I'm sorry. Man, I've been annoyed because my bangs are doing a weird thing where they're like sticking out straight. I'm like, girl, lay down. I got all sorts of problems today. All sorts. All sorts of problems. That's wild. I had like 12 people watching that stream on YouTube. That's probably like the most people on YouTube I've had on a stream. Just for the sad shit, too. They're like, oh, she's not crying anymore. We gotta get out of here. We gotta skedaddle. JK. JK. Love that. Love that. Coming for the emotional talk time. Coming for the therapy session. It's all good. Hey! Look at you, able to get into the live thingy because Jelly finally gave you permission. Nice.
I'm like, why did it tell me I'm muting? Because I'm muted. My headset does that.
Maybe because I'm muted.
Why? What is updating? What? Supermarket Simulator.
Thanks, King Karma.
That's what I wanted. That was actually what I wanted to play today. I forgot there was an update.
What? Shit, you're cutting out.
Supermarket Simulator.
Supermarket Simulator, okay.
Oh, shoot. Why am I cutting out?
Oh, it's probably my shit, you know. My computer loves to do stupid shit, make me mad.
It could be me, though, because something's patching up right now.
Oh. Well, I would love to blame you. That'd be great.
Well, this computer is really not great.
Neither is mine, even though it's all fancy and only got it in July or June.
Oh, this one, we bought it a few years ago, and it was like going on clearance because it was already
I remember you telling me
outdated.
that. The clearance computer.
And I'm cutting out.
Man, I hope it's on your end, because I'll be sad if it's on my end, because my computer does that. And I had to I restart my computer like 5 times before I actually start to use my computer for the day. Otherwise, my audio cuts out and shit. It's like, why? I don't know. I don't understand it. I'd rather it didn't. Pisses me off.
I don't know. I am hearing a little crackle.
For me?
On the stream.
On the stream? No! Oh, shit. I might need to restart. Which maybe could be a good thing, because then my stream could be cut up into 2 parts, one half being a therapy fucking session, and the other half being gaming. I'd rather them be separate. And maybe I'll unpublish that first half. Okay, well, I think maybe I'll restart just to be safe. Because, it probably is me, because, you know, it's always me. So...
I actually do hear it in my headset on Discord, too.
Okay.
That little crackle.
Okay. All right, y'all.
I'll download this in the meantime.
Okay, cool. Okay, everybody, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta restart my shit, so I hope you stick around for some gaming with me and Nikki, and not just, you know, me crying a bunch, right? So, I will be right back. BRB. Oh, wrong thing. That's fine. Be back. Okay, bye.